Good morning, guys. Welcome back today. So today is one of many batches of barbecue sauce. All right. So I happened to find tomatoes in the bottom of my mom's freezer when I was cleaning it out the other day. And I thought, well, we're going to do some barbecue sauce anyways because I need like 60 jars to get us through. So I thought, well, I'm going to bring you along for what Michael calls my signature barbecue sauce. It's very close to a bullseye. And we're going to replicate that today. So this has been cooking down for 2 days. I don't peel my tomatoes or anything. I just basically threw them in this turkey roaster. If you guys don't have one of these turkey roasters, I'm telling you, they will save you so much time and energy when you're canning. I absolutely love this thing. I do tomatoes in here. I do apples in here. I do large batch soup. I do all my chicken broth, and it turns out a gorgeous brown. I do beef broth in here, onion broth in here. Anything I can possibly think of, because it fits just perfect on this little part of my counter, because I really don't have a ton of counter space on this in this property. So the new property, I will have my dream kitchen. I do not care. I am done with these little tiny kitchens. But however, so, and then when we went to the grocery store probably 2 weeks ago, Michael and I found buffalo ketchup, 50% off. So it was like $2. So I thought, well, what the heck? I'm going to shove it in there and see what that does. And then, so I'm not 100% sure on that. I don't know how much of that I'm going to add yet. Oh, sorry, coffee cup. It's very early morning. So you're going to need hickory smoke. Let's see. So we're going to need hickory smoke, some Worcestershire sauce, mustard, like a ground mustard. You can also use like a ballpark. Don't be whatever you got. 1 cup of molasses, couple tablespoons of garlic. If you don't have it, that's fine. Chipotle chili powder, smoked paprika, 1 cup of that's the Worcestershire sauce. And this is apple cider vinegar, 1 cup. And then we're going to start with 3 cups of the brown sugar and see where that takes us. And then just salt to taste. But I'm going to be tasting it as I make it, because I am adding that ketchup to it. So I'm going to add all this stuff, and then I'll be right back with you. Okay, guys, I found something to prop you up on, so we're going to go with that. All right. Let me get my handy dandy scoop here. Now, I may need more of this molasses. I'm not 100% sure. Like I said, I'm adding something I've never used before, but you find it for $2, you try. So that was the 1 cup of molasses. Now that's we call it fancy molasses, or baking molasses, I guess is the other thing they call it. And then the Worcestershire sauce, like that stuff just makes everything better. Apple cider vinegar. Okay, this is really bubbling. And I already got my jars sanitized while I was cleaning my house. And they're sitting in the oven doing their thing. I got my water bath canner. I just have to put a shot of vinegar in it. We have atrocious water here. Like we share water with our barn at the back. So it smells good. Let's add some garlic, because garlic just makes everything better. about 2 tablespoons. Like I said, if you want to use ballpark, you go right ahead. That's 1 tablespoon of dried. And then some smoked paprika. It took me forever to find this stuff. So if you can't find it, don't worry about it. I've made this plenty of times with just normal paprika. But since I found it, I'm going to use it. I am going to add a touch of the chipotle chili powder. Like 1 teaspoon to start. And then hickory smoke. That will be 2 tablespoons. Stir all that up. What are you guys canning right now? See, for us, like, there's peaches in season, very few, and we got beans. That's, maybe some places have corn, like more south of us, but we definitely don't have corn yet, or tomatoes. Okay, I'm going to start adding the brown sugar, guys. Like I've said before, I make this myself. So that's half a cup. That's a cup. 2. Well, this is a lot of barbecue sauce, guys. Like, I'm going to be jarring this up for at least an hour or so. So I'm going to let that sugar dilute into the sauce here. Now, we like our barbecue sauce pretty thick, so I'm going to turn this up a little bit. I got it at 350 now. These roasters are not fun to clean, but they save you so much time. It actually, there's so much heat underneath, it lifted my counter. So next time I use it, I got to put a cutting board or something underneath it. I'm going to show you the color of this. Then we're going to taste it. Like, I haven't added any salt to this at all. Because, like, the Worcestershire sauce has a lot of salt in it. You guys could add Tabasco sauce to this, anything really, but it's we put this on our food for the kids, so definitely. Definitely needs salt, but I think I'm gonna put more. Worcestershire sauce in it. Maybe a little bit. I put another 1/4 cup. Like, this is was probably half a bushel of tomatoes, and I ended up putting about 2 cups of that buffalo ketchup in here. get a ladle and show you guys what it looks like. Might be making some more brown sugar. So like, it's a really cool color. Check out that color now. Oh my God, it's such a cool color. It does need to be cooked down a little bit more. But this is like one, I'll be making one, it's called apple chipotle barbecue sauce. That stuff is just fantastic on chicken and pork, and this is like the everyday stuff we use. And we've been out for like 2 weeks. So now normally I would just go and use like ketchup to start it, but since I had the tomatoes and I had more than enough tomato sauce downstairs to get us through till my tomatoes, I can harvest them, I decided, well, I'll just put some I'll make the barbecue sauce. So when this thickens up a little bit more, guys, I will bring you back, because it's going to be about 20 minutes to a half an hour, and I will bring you back when I'm there. Hey guys, welcome back. So we got it all reduced. Now I'm just going to fill up the jars. Ooh, they're hot. Alright, so I did move some into another pot just to make my life a little bit easier and give me some more dishes. But that is going to thicken up a little bit more as it sits in the jar and processes. Oops, and I'm a very messy canner, if you can't tell. I always process my barbecue sauce for 20 minutes, and I go to a 1/4 inch headspace. That's a little much, so I'm going to take that out. Put it in the next jar. That's a little much. Don't need to debubble. So next time I process tomatoes, I'll bring you along for the whole part. But this was kind of, found them, my mom had passed away in December, and I'm just getting around to cleaning out her house. I just haven't wanted to. And I found some old jars of my grandma's, which is one of these square ones. And I'm gonna pop that in the canner. Isn't that, I just love that color. Now normally, like I said, I use ketchup. It's faster, for one. And then the other reason, you know, when you go to restaurant supply store, you can pick up a big can of ketchup for like $5. So, you know, to buy a full bushel of tomatoes in my area, because I can't produce enough to tomatoes at this property. I will be able to at my new property, but it's like $25 or more, depending on which farm you go to. You know, I do try to barter as much as I can with some pork or something, but if I can't barter, I gotta pay that price. And that's really expensive barbecue sauce once you break down the price point. So, you know, you gotta kind of do it the most economical way you can, because if you're not saving money, then what's the sense in you doing the canning, right? So just kind of makes sense to me to do it the most economic way you can, and go from there. You got to I always say you got to give a little, take a little, you know, to get a whole lot. So, but I'd love to know what you guys are canning. I'm so jealous. I see you guys canning all this stuff, and I'm like, wow, I'm still trying to clean out my freezers and clean up from last year, and anything, you know, while I was working I couldn't get done, or I, you know, forget I left something in my mom's freezer. Fingertip tight, put it in the canner. And this will not last us that long, which is even sadder. My husband is a huge barbecue sauce guy. He puts it on everything. Rice, he puts it on, oh, he just puts it on everything. So, but we do about, I don't know, maybe 10 different kinds. Be seeing a video coming up. We did, I made turkey burgers last night for supper, and we put barbecue sauce called Sweet Chili Heat on it. That was really good too. Canner's nice and hot. The apple chipotle one that I mentioned earlier is just absolutely fantastic. It is so good. It's like our favorite next to this one. We always run out of these two before anything else. And then we have honey garlic barbecue sauce we do, and we get all the honey from a local guy here. And then to cut the cost of the honey, I make him a few jars. There we go, there's another one. Gotta hurry, my jars are starting to cool off. And if you guys ever want to see like what we're eating for dinner, because everything is made from scratch here pretty much. Once a month we treat our kids to pizza, but then again most of the time I end up making it myself because the price is just so stupid. But every once in a while you need that night off to you know, just relax with your family or whatever. Alright guys, I'm going to finish up these jars, and then I will bring you back when I'm pulling them all out of the canner. I'm almost empty here, so I got to refill. And I'll be back in a second. Okay guys, I'm going to pull the last 3 jars out. Now these I processed for 30 minutes, okay? Now these are for barbecued meat, meatballs, and things like that. Pulled pork. Ooh. So that is the liter jar. Look at these, like they're just beautiful. Just beautiful. I think they're beautiful. And that will be enough for 6 months or so for us. And then I'll have to do it again. I did have one partial jar here that I'm just going to toss it in the fridge. It's not a big deal to me. But look at that. Look at that color. That color is just gorgeous. All the little pints. I just think they're so pretty. I love making barbecue sauce. So guys, on to pickled cauliflower. It's going to be a busy day here today. Everybody's at the barn, so I have nobody under feet but my dogs, and I'm just going to keep canning and keep going until they all get home. And like I said, I want to know what you guys are canning. If you guys want to see our supper videos, how I prep dinner for all of us, anything like that, please let me know down in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe and share, and I will see you guys later.